But this kid is good. Really good.
He's a bit special.
He's got power.
That was just a weird fight. He just looked like he was disinterested, but he'd just do enough.
Hrgovic is a danger man because Hrgovic is going to be bored. But I think it's a great opportunity for Ellis, Zorro.
The wild Joshua,
Usyk,
Fury and Usyk, the usual suspect.
Wow.
Does he go through the gears?
Yeah.
Or does he just do enough?
I think this is going to be a good fight there, so you know.
Obviously, Canelo's a big, huge puncher. Hello, welcome back. Day of Reckoning Part 2, Simon. I think we continue with it because we didn't have enough time in the first to go through all of them. So we've done 3. We've done Joshua Wilder and Miller. So shall we move on to a different way just for a change? Shall we go to light heavyweight and Dmitry Bivol and Lyndon for the WBA light heavyweight title? What do we think here? Because these are both good boxers. Obviously, Bivol is
I don't
Bivol.
think Dmitry Bivol was meant to fight him to start with, was he? I
think it was somebody else.
Yeah.
And Lyndon Arthur's come in, isn't it? But I don't know who it was who was supposed to be there.
But
I think it's been a little bit trickier for them to get like contestants for our man.
Start with Lyndon Arthur. British. Fairly decent record. Only lost to Anthony Yard.
He's number 8 on the list of the WBA.
Yeah.
Obviously, Bivol's the champion. Joshua Buatsi's number 2. Dan Aziz is number 3. Anthony Yard is number 4. Big up the British contingent there. Albert Ramirez, number 4. Rivera, number 5. Foster, number 6. Vosdik was number 7. I didn't know you're still going. Arthur is number 8. I'm not sure how useful that list is, but...
No, I mean, he's
might be a decent yardstick for Beterbiev and Bivol, because Beterbiev's beaten Yard, hasn't he? In the...
Yeah. Great chance for Lyndon Arthur, though. He's got power.
Opportunity. Mm-hmm.
He has got power. I think he's got like 16 or 17 KOs in his 23 fights. Like I say, his only defeat come to a round 4 knockout against Anthony Yard. 32 years old in his prime. Massive stage against arguably top 5 pound for pound fighter in the world.
I do. I have him there.
It's a massive, massive ask. Let's be realistic. It's a huge ask. I'd say he's done well to get the fight, to be fair.
It's a fantastic opportunity, fantastic fight for him. I think, like you said, it is a change of something.
And well done for him for stepping up. You know, that the light heavyweight division's quite huge at the moment. You know, you've got Callum Smith, Bivol, Beterbiev, Joshua Buatsi, we know he's turned down. Bivol fights in the past when he was with Eddie Hearn.
Well, I think Bivol and Co was a little bit less until he's had the fight with Canelo, and people have gone, whoa. Or maybe avoid it because he's got some boxing skill. Obviously.
So it is a massive opportunity for Lyndon Arthur, one that he should take with both hands, enjoy it.
Yeah, he's 23-1, isn't he, with 16 KOs?
So he has got some power. I think his last 3 fights have come by knockout, haven't they? I think he's on a bit of a rebuild, though, isn't he, from getting beat
the loss.
from Anthony Yard.
Bivol's is 21-0 with 11 KOs, but he's not really a knockout merchant. He's a boxer, isn't he? So that's just what it is.
When was Bivol's last knockout?
Good question. Go on, you talk and I'll find out.
Oh, you don't know, do you? I think Because Bivol's only had, what, 22, 23 fights?
21 fights.
21 fights.
11 knockouts. 11 by KO.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, 21-0, 11 by KO. So he hasn't had a huge load of fights.
Okay, he didn't knock Canelo out, but no one... I don't think no one knocks Canelo out. No one even
maybe
Canelo.
Deontay Wilder, and I think even he would struggle. He's probably going to hurt his hand.
I reckon Canelo beats Wilder.
Probably. Yeah.
No, like I say, it's a great opportunity for Lyndon Arthur. I think Bivol he's the better boxer. It's on a massive stage. Bivol knows it's a massive stage. Lyndon Arthur will know it's a massive stage, but I think Bivol just completely outboxes him. I don't think Lyndon Arthur's, like I say, he's got the power and he's got the puncher's chance, but technically I don't think he can live with Bivol at all. I really, really don't.
Well, we started with technical knockout, KO, TKO, so technical knockout, KO. Then the 7th fight was a unanimous decision. So he started with some banging people out.
Yeah, that's right.
And fairly quickly, like...
That's why I'm just wondering, has he stepped up?
And then I think he's gone, so 7th fight, unanimous decision, 8th fight, unanimous decision, then a technical knockout, then a knockout, technical knockout, 12 fight knockout, then technical knockout, then unanimous decision from his 14th fight, and then it's just basically unanimous decisions all the way.
That's what I mean, has he stepped up?
But the level of opponents has gone up, because if you look at it...
Yeah, that's what I mean.
He's Chilemba, then Pascal, then Joe Smith Jr., Castillo, Craig Richards, I don't know so much about. Umar Salamov was, and then Canelo, and then Gilberto Ramirez. So as the caliber's gone up...
He's not knocking people out, is he? Is that because he hasn't got the power to knock them out?
Or is it just because he's stuck at boxing? He likes to get 12 rounds in.
Because against a guy like Lyndon Arthur, who's got power and it will carry his power through the fight, if he catches you, he's gonna hurt you.
Well, I think he has had some. He has had some fights against some big punchers where he's been on the ground. I think Bivol.
Yeah,
but he's been caught. But generally, I think he's got better defensively and thinking. Because Joe Smith Jr. is a big puncher, and unanimously beat him. Obviously Canelo is a big, huge puncher.
Yeah,
although in a different weight.
Yeah, it was Canelo.
And I think his height and reach played. Yeah. But I mean, his skill was the thing. He didn't go out to knock him out. He didn't bully him with his weight. He just outboxed him.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not Artur Beterbiev, let's be honest. Maybe he didn't want to. You think I can't knock everybody out like Beterbiev, so I'll have my own.
I know, but is that going to be
skill level?
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is, it's like you've said, isn't it? If you're against the puncher, it's like Wilder's game plan. If you're against the puncher, you've always got a chance.
Yeah.
I think Bivol isn't a one punch, but he is like supremely talented in his boxing skill. So
yeah, I mean,
it's hard to see many people outboxing them.
I'm just trying to make a case for Arthur, but I just think there's Bivol's elite, and I don't even think Lyndon Arthur's world class. No disrespect, I think he's British European level, and I think you'll see that quite quickly.
Yeah. So he's basically his puncher's chance, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
In a roundabout way. Yeah, I think that's his hope, isn't it?
Yeah. I think he'll find Bivol's speed and footwork too much for him.
Bivol's professionalism and training. If you look at his training, he's always in shape.
He picks his punches really, really well. He doesn't waste punches. And I think that
he's economical. He doesn't gas out. He's efficient. He's supremely professional.
It's like that Eastern Europeans are all like that, aren't they? Yeah. So,
see, I think his only real fight at light heavyweight is Beterbiev, and that could go either way because I like both of them. So in different ways, Beterbiev is, I don't think, quite as good a boxer, pure and thinkable, but he's got that beastly power and 100% knockout ratio.
Beterbiev's getting knocked clean up by Callum Smith, by the way. So elite his words.
Well, we'll be doing a video on that soon, isn't it? Because that's coming up fairly quickly. You know, we missed it this year, but it's going to be a 2024, one of the big fights in 2024 in January, isn't it? So,
it's nice to see Bivol.
Well, Callum Smith is a challenger because he's tall, rangy, he can box, and he's got the power as well, and he's got the one-punch power, and he's got the power
in both hands.
So, I think we'll get a measure of that in that, right, in the fight, and I think that's going to be a close fight. It'll be
okay,
but yeah. Other than those two guys, Yard is the other big one, but Beterbiev's beaten him, so I don't think he's there. No. I don't think he's got the skill to beat Bivol. Aziz and co maybe, but I don't know. I don't think anybody's really there.
No.
The thing is, you can't mentally wear them down because they're mentally super strong. Your Beterbievs and Bivols, they don't. You know, you're not. It's like it's the funny like with Tyson Fury playing his games against these Usyk's like you what really?
I don't. I think
and Fury's good at them.
Yeah.
So, you know, he's not even good. He's exceptional at them, isn't it? I think he has got into people's heads.
So make a case for Lyndon.
Catching him. Bivol, he manages to catch Bivol, then I think that's his win. I don't think he can't outbox him. I don't think that's going to happen. You know, I haven't seen huge amounts of Lyndon after, but you know, for what I've seen of Bivol, I don't think there's that many people. I think you're only getting back to our top list of people who are better boxers, maybe in Crawford, in a way. Yeah. You know, the usual suspects. And I'm not even sure in pure technical boxing that any of them are, in a pure technical sense, better than Bivol. I think they all have the power and the other things, the reading maybe and the things.
Okay.
So it's not much of a good case, is it? So apologies to Lyndon Arthur. I can't put much more than that forward. But good luck and a good wage.
I think out of all the fights on this card, I think that's the only one where you'd agree not really going to be an upset.
Yeah.
There's only one winner.
Yeah. I think that's the one that's furthest apart out of most of them. So you would expect Bivol to
win. You know, Lyndon.
So let's make it a bit more tricky. We're one-sided. What do you think? The outcome? Points, unanimous decision?
Yeah, I think...
Seeing as that's his record, I'm going to go with points, unanimous decision. Bivol.
I'm going to go Bivol knockout.
Okay.
I think he's...
Bold?
I think he'll want to put a show on.
I think he will want to put a shoulder
This
on.
is like I said, and we said it in the previous one. This is a time for people to shine. It's a huge event.
Well, yeah, it's a stage on which
you can make
your
a
name.
massive name for yourself. Yeah, Bivol 9 times out of 10 he's a he's a main eventer, maybe not a pay-per-view star, but he's a main eventer. And if it was just Bivol Lyndon Arthur, it'd be main event in the UK. And I think that's going to annoy a few of these guys that it's not.
Yeah.
So,
I think we said in the other fight. All of these have got the chance
so
to show.
I'll go.
No, I'm the man. No, I'm the man.
I'll go Bivol round 9 knockout. But I think he might get hurt as well.
Yeah, I think Arthur will catch him, isn't it? I think it'll be a fight.
And I think that'll be a good test on Bivol. Let's see what he's made of.
Yeah.
Because Lyndon Arthur does carry power and will.
I think it's competitive. I think it's just of all the ones, it's the one. I think this is probably the easiest one to predict.
Yeah, and I think
if everything goes to normal and both people turn up, Bivol is the better boxer by quite a long way.
So you're going points decision.
I'm going to go unanimous. He's got a unanimous decision in his last 7 fights or 6 fights, so I'm going to go with that flow.
I'll go round 9
boring, but but you've got the bold decision, so it's good.
But Lyndon Arthur, the stage is yours, of course.
Well, that would be a huge upset.
One of the biggest upsets in boxing at this time.
That would be the biggest upset this year.
Be the biggest upset of the night.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I think, if he pulls that one off. Cool. The next one, Jay Opetaia and Zorro. If I've said that correctly. Maybe I'm just thinking of the film.
Interesting fight. Really interesting fight. But again, this is another fight that I think is pretty one-sided, in my opinion.
I haven't really seen that much of Ellis Zorro. So Jay Opetaia, I've only seen a bit of, but I think, I think this is the second one of our list of ones where you could...
I think what's really disappointing, to put it out there, is that Jay Opetaia has had to vacate...
give up, or they've made him vacate
his IBF belt. Story behind it was he's meant to be fighting Marius Bradis. That fight's agreed for February, March. But obviously when the Saudis come knocking and offer you ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching to fight on that card...
Well, just to be part of that huge event.
Yeah, you take that fight.
Obviously the pay packet will have made a difference, but just to be part of the event.
He had this fight, the Marius Bradis fight, it was his mandatory, was all set to go, but the IBF basically said, no, you fight Marius Bradis next, even though the fight is made. So he's had to vacate, which I think is a bit silly, to be honest, and this is where boxing becomes a bit...
the politics is
is rubbish, and
he looks like a huge potential star as well. Why would you want to upset him?
It makes people think then, is it worth fighting for belts? Me personally, yes, I think it is. But I think the IBF should use a common sense there. If that fight's made with Marius Bradis,
then there's no point of.
And it'd be interesting to see if that fight with Marius Bradis still goes ahead now. I shall speak to Eddie Hearn about it next time I phone him.
Yeah. If you can get the lowdown, that would be useful.
Yeah. But now, Jay Opetaia, Australian, if you haven't seen of him, really good boxer. Massive future ahead of him, this guy. He really excites me.
Yeah.
Really excites me.
He looks a bit special.
I've watched his last few fights and Eddie Hearn's been raving about him for some time now, and I can see why.
Well, he's 23 for 0 and 18 by KO, so 78% knockout rate, which is pretty damn good. He's up there.
How old is he now?
28, I think.
Yeah, reaching his prime. I think I can't see anyone in the cruiserweight division beating him.
I think Bradis is good, but I don't think he beats him.
I think he beats Bradis.
I think he is the next cruiserweight
and then I
star.
think he'll come to England, beat Chris Billum-Smith, who fought and had a victory last week. I think he's going to become a bit like Usyk, an undisputed cruiserweight world champion. And that's a bold claim to make. Mr. Zorro might have something to say about that.
Well, he's 17 and 0 as well.
But this kid is good, really good.
He's a bit special. He's another one to add to our special list.
Really, really good. He's got power. He's got really good speed for a cruiserweight as well.
Yeah. He's got
really good speed. Picks his punches really well. Great combination puncher. Fantastic footwork.
Yeah.
He's got a bout of arrogance and cockiness about him as well, but
not
too
look
much.
Like he's going to give up. That Maori thing in him where they're not going to lose out. Give up or easy to knock over.
I think,
and he's got that bit, little, whatever word you want to call it, but like a little bit of arrogance that a champion needs. That did it, like the champion thing, and he's a southpaw, which makes him tricky and everything.
Yeah, and I think, like say Eddie Hearn raised about him. I think the problem that Eddie Hearn's had with him is he's that good. Not a lot of people want to fight him. So he's had to force his way into mandatory contention, and that's how he's won the belt. This is a massive stage for him. I think, like we keep saying, it's a massive stage for everyone on this card, but this is a really good stage for him to become a household name, and one that where you're watching it, if you watching the undercard and not waiting for the main event, and you see, oh, you'll remember that name, or Jay Opetaia, I've seen him fight at Day of Reckoning for his next fight, and you'll watch him again. And I think he's the guy that will impress a lot of non-boxing purists, if you like.
Yeah, I think he's got that little bit of fire, doesn't it, to make it interesting.
Again, Mr. Zorro might say something completely different. I'm a massive fan of Jay Opetaia.
Yeah.
I really am.
I've only seen him recently, but
he's really good. He is really, really good. he's got a big future ahead. This guy is, I'm putting him as elite already.
Yeah.
And I think he just gets better and better and better. And I think, give him the right stage, the right fight, I think you'll see how good this guy really is.
I think looking at, that's why I was just looking at the other opponents that are there. Yeah, there's good fighters, but I think he can get through all of them. I think he can become undisputed cruiserweight.
Yeah, quite easily. Quite easily. How tall is he?
6'3".
I think he
reached 72.
Yeah, I think he does. I think 2 years undisputed cruiserweight world champion, and then he does what Usyk does, and he's got that bit of height.
And Usyk will be out the way then, so he'll be hopefully he'll be undisputed into the sunset.
Like I say,
and then all the other big guys. I think Fury will be out the way.
Yeah,
Wilder's probably going to be gone, and then there is an opportunity for somebody to step up.
This kid is good, and again, apology, I don't know much about Zorro.
No. He's 17-0, so I'll go and find his now. 17-0-0.
Again, Ellis Zorro.
There we go.
But, styles make fights. They've wanted good fights for this. I tell you who he has beat. Jose Burton. Wow, okay. Didn't know that. Knockout as well.
He looks a specimen as well, and he looks like quite tough. So he's WBO European holder.
31 years of age.
So he's good European level. So now it's stepping up to world level.
Yeah,
so
obviously another British fighter, which is
good.
We like that. I just no. Again,
I've still got Jay Opetaia. Sorry.
I think it's a bit like the Bivol.
Yeah.
London fight. I think it's a great
Lyndon Alpha fight. Yeah.
Sorry, Lyndon Alpha. I think it's a great opportunity for Ellis Zorro.
I think that would be a pretty decent upset as well. Not as big as the Lyndon Alpha one, but I think that would be a big upset.
Yeah,
but I think this is probably the second fight to beat. I think Opetaia by knockout.
I just
round 6.
I think it'd be earlier than that.
Well, his average is 4.4 rounds. So you could have the glory for this one.
I just think Opetaia knocks him out quickly. Actually, I think Opetaia will go, do you know what? I fancy watching the main events. I'm going to knock this guy out. Go and get my shower. Sit back, front row,
watch
relax.
The rest of this.
Make a case for Zorro. I genuinely can't make a case for him.
I haven't seen enough of him to make a case.
Yeah, there is that. But I just think, when you see a fighter for the I think it was about 4 or 5 fights ago I watched Jay Opetaia. And even then I was like, wow.
Yeah, you've said.
Just wow.
Yeah.
He is
4 of his last 5 he's knocked out.
Yeah, he's a special kid. Special kid. And I don't even think we've seen the best of him yet. I think he's going to
get better. I think he's going to get to his peak yet.
I don't think he's ever come out of second gear.
What round?
I'll go round 3 or 4. I think it's going to be an early night. He's not going to want... He's one of them. He's got that arrogance and cockiness where he's going to go, I'll steal the show.
Yeah. He's one you could see doing it.
Yeah, quite easily. And like I say, I think
he's got the punching power.
I think it'll do round 3 or 4. But that might be his undoing. That might be his undoing as well. Trying to rush in.
He's too good.
Knocking someone out. He might get...
Well, that's why I said 6. I thought he might give him a bit of time, isn't it?
No, I'll go round 3 or 4, and I can't wait to see him again. I love watching him fight.
Yeah. Oh, we can't wait for the whole of this event, isn't it?
It's epic.
Yeah. All right, should we go? Who we got next? Let's see. Sorry, wrong one. So we've done that one. I think that's the two non-heavyweight ones, isn't it?
Yeah.
So do we want to
They're all title fights, though, aren't they?
I think the non-heavyweight ones... Well, no, because Opetaia's lost now, his belt. So.
Oh, yeah, true. Sorry, yeah.
So Bivol's is... I think Bivol's is the only one that is a WBA fight. The rest are all... It's a fantastic card for only one fight being an actual world title fight. I think the Hrgovic next. Filip Hrgovic versus Mori. Heavyweight fight again. Hrgovic here.
Hrgovic.
The guy looks bored, but somehow pulls him out of the...
Strange character.
I remember his fight against Zhili Zhang. I mean, which he won, which was close. And I think Zhang wants the rematch or something. But, like, that was just a weird fight. He just looked like he was disinterested, but he'd just do enough to pull around like he did. He looked like he didn't want to be in there.
I've seen him do that a few times, though.
Maybe it's just his expression. I don't know, but he just looks like he can't be
bothered
being here. Why am I here? What are we doing? But then he goes boom, boom, boom.
He was like that in his last fight, though, against... I
think that was a bit better performance, his last fight. The Zhang one's probably one of his worst, but I mean, I think we can say Zhang's a fair bit better than people assumed. Because Zhang's the only one missing from this list, isn't he, really, of the heavyweight things here? That would have been good to see a fight with. And Hrgovic is like the higher of the... I think he's the fifth one after the Four Horsemen, isn't he? He's the rated.
Hrgovic is a danger man. For a lot of these guys.
Well, he's the one who can, once these get out the way, I think he's got the opportunity to be the next one, isn't he? So on that list.
Hrgovic, there's a lot of... I remember Eddie Hearn was speaking about him years ago. I think even mentioning, like, even Joshua was saying this guy's good.
Yeah. Well, I think fair few have avoided him, isn't it? So,
but this Mori, I remember when I heard the name, I thought, where have I heard that name before? Yeah. And then it clicked. Wasn't he the guy that got sparked out in like 2 rounds on David Hayes' comeback?
Oh, is it? Is it that one? Yeah, I was trying to think of the name.
And when I clicked on that, I thought, do you know what? This is going to be a boring fight. Because Hrgovic is going to be bored.
Well, he's got an 81% knockout ratio, so hopefully he'll be a knockout 1 round or 2 rounds and then done, and let's get out of here.
I just think...
Well, his average is 4.6 rounds, so...
Yeah, I mean, Mori, like I say, he was the one that got knocked out. He was the one that basically, wasn't it that fight, then after that, Tony Bellew bounced on the ring and basically said to David A, start fighting some proper people. I think Mori... Yeah, he hasn't got the best record in the world. Was he 41 fights, 31 fights by knockout? 36 fights by knockout. Who's he fought, though?
How many losses?
2 and 2 draws. I mean, he is on a... He's on a win streak, but...
Zhang's fight, was it? His and Hrgovic and Zhang was in Jeddah, wasn't it? That's probably why they haven't got Zhang there. So then he beat him. If he'd won, then probably...
I couldn't tell you any of the guys he's fought. Apart from David Hay, which was a round 1 knockout.
For David Hay. Yeah.
Like
Hrgovic then. I think this one.
Yeah, I mean, like I say, when
although he's a puncher, you've always got a chance. But I think he got hit quite a lot by Zhang, and he's one of those doesn't look like he goes backwards.
But again, like I say, Hrgovic to me is one of them fighters that if you put someone really, really good in front of him, he'll perform. I think you're right.
He'll go through the gears. I think this one, the problem with this is he might not, like you said, he's going to be probably bored. Does he go through the gears?
Yeah.
Or does he just do enough and get there? Also, I think he might be a little bit now not trying to frighten off potential opponents.
Yeah, because he's number one.
Appointments in the ring.
He's number one with a lot of governing bodies, isn't he? Sorry. You're number one.
IBF's number one because he's one of the mandatory challengers
for Usyk.
I think he's 6th for Ring Magazine.
He's
5th for WBO.
Very, very highly ranked.
And 11th and 12th in WBC and WBA. I don't understand those two.
They're quite weird.
I would have said he's the 5th. He's the next one after the Four Horsemen.
Yeah.
After Wilder, Joshua,
Usyk,
Fury, and Usyk, the usual suspects. I would say he's next. Him and Zhang, to me, are the next 5 and 6. And as he's beaten Zhang, although it was close, I say 5 and 6 in that order for him, 5th. I don't think any of the others are that level yet.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think Mori. It's hard to make a case for him because I just go back to the David A fight and he just crumbled after 30 seconds and David A just wiped the floor with him. And I think Hrgovic could do the same.
Yeah. Hrgovic is just what gear he decides to stay in.
Really,
I think if he really goes through it, I think he will.
Yeah, and I think Hrgovic has to be honest.
He needs to raise his profile.
Because like I say, his last few fights, you have been going, what the hell are you doing? I think that even at times he's turned his back, hasn't he?
Well, I said to you, I don't understand this. What's going on?
It's weird. And then he just turn around the next round and knock the guy out.
Yeah.
I think against someone like Mori,
this clash should play out, really.
This guy isn't on your level, let's be realistic. This should be an 8-round warm-up fight for him.
Yeah.
And he should be knocking him out quite quickly. But again, you just never know what Filip Hrgovic is going to show up. He's so strange. He's
probably going to win, but it's like you don't know what. Like
it's like he just does enough.
He's not. He's not
so
trying
frustrating.
To go through. Yeah.
So frustrating.
And the thing is, you can see there's more there. That's what's frustrating.
Yeah.
You can see that it's a few more gears left, and he's just not going there.
It's so strange. But yeah, he should go in there and just throw bombs at Mori because Mori, like I say, okay, it was the David Hay fight, which was a long time ago. But he just collapsed and just.
Hrgovic can punch. He can do most of the things quite well. I mean, other than it's whether he decides to or not. Okay, so what do you think? Hrgovic knockout. Go on, you can have first.
Round 2.
Okay, I'll go for round 4.
It should be round 2.
Yeah, it should be.
If it goes to points, Hrgovic needs to give himself a wobble.
Yeah. I don't think we wanted to go to that long. I don't know if we watch him being bored for that long.
And this is the fight.
We need him to. He needs to show something, and he's got to stay.
And you know what? I'm being positive. It's only going to go 2 rounds, but this is the fight that could be a 12-round ball fest.
Yeah.
And you could give Mori 4 or 5 rounds when he shouldn't be in.
He shouldn't even be in the contest, really. Maybe 1, 2, but yeah.
But again,
at the beginning,
Mori, fair play to him. He's got a call up. He stepped up. Good on him.
Opportunity for him. He's got nothing to lose.
Yeah, and if you look at his record looks
it's quite good,
really good.
Yeah.
But I guarantee the heavyweight fighters he's fought against have been in back alleys.
They're not Hrgovic level, so
no.
And the ones that where he's got knocked out the first round,
like
I mean, I don't think he was that level of these. Okay, let's. I think 4-2. Let's move on. That's about
but Hrgovic should make a name for himself here, because he could be the next.
He's next one after the other ones coming along. Or should be the next one of the next ones in that conversation.
Yeah.
All right. Frank Sanchez and Junior Farr. I've got to admit here, I don't really know that much about either of them.
No. Another heavyweight fight.
We do Sanchez. Let's see what we can do.
I think this is going to be a good fight there, so you know.
Well, I think this one could be closer, isn't it?
Sanchez.
Frank Sanchez. Let's see his record.
I think it's a good fight. I think he's just looking up Mr. Sanchez.
Problem is his ads on everything in it. So
yeah. Well, to talk about Junior 4, obviously, I think he's teammate, or gym mate with Joseph Parker, both from New Zealand. He's a big unit. He's 6'5". Big unit. Although, and he's actually 4. Joseph Parker got beat on points. And then got knocked out last year by Lucas Brown, who is about 55 years of age. And has been
older than that.
And has been knocked out by pretty much everyone. So it's a bit of a...
Well, Sanchez is 23 for 0. He's Cuban by nationality, a 70% knockout ratio. So he's got 16 of them by knockout.
He's the up-and-comer, isn't he?
He's the up-and-coming one, isn't it? So he's the new...
new kid on the block, if you like. They've got some high hopes for him.
He beat FA Jaguar, isn't it?
Junior 4 is a good test for him, though, to be fair.
Yeah.
It's another step up.
It's a step up in quality,
for Sanchez. He should
to show whether it really is something or not.
I mean, Junior 4, like say, he's a big unit, so
Sanchez is 6'4", isn't it? 17-inch reach, so he's a decent size unit. Well, not overly big, but for heavyweights.
Again, it's a good measuring stick for Sanchez. Like say, it's a step up in the right direction. Good card for Sanchez to be on.
Well, he's another one who's got a chance to make a name for himself. And this is his opportunity to go, I'm here.
I mean, how old Sanchez now?
He's about 31, actually. Yeah. Older than I thought.
I mean, the heavyweight,
he's
doesn't really matter.
Age, but he's got to start being and it's coming into his prime now,
he's got to take care of Junior 4 quite handily, quite spectacularly, and then you take care of him, and
it's the opportunity stage to make a name, isn't it? So what do you think? Knockout round? I'm going to say 5.
I'll go round.
For Sanchez, round 5, knockout win.
Round 3, Sanchez. I think it's going to be, round 3, Sanchez. I think I know you shouldn't go on past fights, but I think if Lucas Brown has taken care of Junior 4.
Well, that's what I'm basing my decision on your words. So
I think Sanchez should take care of him pretty handily.
If he's the next up-and-comer, he should be taking care of business.
Lucas Brown, I think he's in his 40s, not his 50s, but he might as well be in his 50s. So I'll go Sanchez.
Okie dokie. And then the last one, Makhmudov versus Kabayel. Heavyweight fight again. Makhmudov is another up-and-coming one, isn't he?
Don't be fooled by this fight.
But I think this one's a bit closer again.
Yeah, but don't be fooled by it, because like I see... There's Kabayel's not no mug.
Yeah, I think this is a bit more. I mean, Makhmudov should be the favourite. 6'6". He's 18 to 0, 17 by KO, 94% KO ratio.
Yeah, Kabayel 23 fights, 23 wins, 6'3", 15 knockouts.
Yeah, he's good. They're both up and coming good.
German.
Because I think the guys who don't like the WBC and WBA who don't like Hrgovic have Makhmudov as their like number 3 and 4 level 1, isn't he? They've got him highly rated. He's lower on the WBO and IBF.
Kabayel beat Derek Chisora on points.
Yeah, but Chisora's quite hard to get out of there, isn't he? So
yeah, that was for the European title. He's a WBA Continental Heavyweight title fight. This is a really tough fight.
I think there's a chance for both of them to show that there's something, but it's not an easy fight. Yeah, I think this is a bit more.
Beat the likes of Kevin Johnson. So when he stepped up, he's taken care of people.
This guy's only unanimous decision was against Carlos Takam.
Again, Takam's a tough guy to get out of there, though. It's a 50-50 fight, this one.
Yep.
And one where the winner goes on to big things.
It's a proper stepping stone,
yeah. This is one where the winner can take on the likes of the winner of Dubois, Miller.
Kabayel's German, yep.
Maybe a fight with the winner of Hrgovic.
Well, I think both of these are being that Hrgovic stroke, Sanchez conversation of up and coming new. Well, they're not. They're all a bit older. Makhmudov's, I think, 34. But
this could be the fight of the night,
Yeah. This could. It's pretty evenly matched.
This really could be the fight of the night, and it's a really good test for both of them.
Yeah.
Both big punches, big guys.
Yeah, it's 94% against 64% knockout ratio, which is good. 20. He's had more fights. Kabayel, so 23-0 with 15 by knockout, and Makhmudov's is 18 with 17 by KO. It's knockout. I think he's been fighting. Kabayel's been fighting since 2011. He's 114 pro rounds as opposed to Makhmudov's 2018, and he's had 42. So yeah. So what do you think? Predictions?
Like I say, tough one to call this, but I'm going to go Kabayel to win.
Okay. Decision or knockout?
It's tough to get a German out of there, isn't it?
Well, Kabayel is the German.
Sorry, yeah.
The Russian out there, which we won't say loud.
I'm going to go round 9 for... Yeah, round 9.
For Kabayel to win by knockout?
Yeah.
I'm going to go for Makhmudov round 9 as well by knockout.
Yeah. No,
happy with that, or you want to change your decision? I think this is the close one, so we should pick both of them, so at least one of us is correct.
I'll go Makhmudov. It's a tough one
Stick
to call.
Stick with Kabayel, go on.
No, because I don't think Kabayel will knock him
win.
out.
Oh, okay, all right.
No, I don't think he will.
I think if it's Kabayel, I think it's going to be by points. I think Makhmudov has the chance of knockout.
Have you watched that? I think I've watched Makhmudov fight twice.
Well, I've seen the one where he won in the first round, which wasn't really much of it, and he just basically...
He's looking now, isn't he?
His traps look like he's got no neck. It's just basically...
Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't want to meet him in a dark alley.
6'6" as well, isn't he?
I wouldn't want to meet him in a dark alley.
That's why I don't think he's going to get knocked out. I think, although this weight and their size, everybody's got a chance in it.
Yeah.
You get hit properly caught by
It's going to be a really good... It is.
I think it's going to be a closer fight. I think it's going to be a later round knockout. I don't think it'll be quick. You never know if they get caught, but I think if they both box as they should. I think it's.
I'll stick with Kabayel round 9 knockout.
Yeah, and I love Makhmudov round 9.
Okay.
Okie dokie. Are we going to do? We've done our predictions for the other ones, but should we just reiterate? So
yeah, should we
Joshua Wallen.
Joshua knockout.
Joshua knockout rounds. What did we say? Can't remember now. So
I think it's round 4.
I think you said early. I said about 8 or 9, didn't I? I think
round 4.
Yeah. Okay, Wilder and Parker. I think this is where I had Wilder. You had Parker.
Yeah, I think I chose Parker.
yeah.
I think Parker knocks him out.
Okay, yeah, that's what you said last time. What round are we going for?
I think Parker do you know what? And I'm going to change.
Okay.
I think Parker knocks him out in round 3.
Okay.
And I tell you what, I'm going to go to bookies and have a look at that
one.
I don't condone gambling, but wow, I bet you I get a good price for that.
Yeah. Wilder knockout round. I think I said later, but I'm going to bring it back to 7.
Okay. And then Miller Dubois.
I think we both said Gerald Miller.
Yeah.
Knockout.
It's a tough one.
6 or something?
Yeah,
or 8?
it's a tough one, this. It's a tough one.
6 I'm going to go for this time.
Okay.
Be a bit bolder. Gerald Miller knockout.
I'm going to change my mind.
Okay, go on.
I'm going to go Daniel Dubois. Round 4 knockout.
And we'll just edit in whichever one we're right on.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
round 4 knockout, did you say?
Yeah, round 4. I've got a little very, very quiet Dubois.
Good odds on that as well, I think.
Yeah. But look, it's going to be a fantastic event.
Yeah, I hope so.
You've got to watch it. Are you giving me the night off?
Let me think about it.
Shocking.
You've got to watch it though, and it's $19.99. I think on pay-per-view.
Yeah, it's on DAZN or
I think
TNT.
normally you get one decent fight and maybe one good undercard one. I think for the amount of fights on this, that's a bargain.
Get a lot of fights. Great.
Not the way promoting the thing, but just for once it is a pay-per-view we're paying for. I think
it's fantastic.
At least in UK price. I don't know what it is elsewhere.
Great little.
It's not often Christmas. You're going to get that amount of fights in one go. As an event and a thing, if it all goes well and the fights play out, I think you've got...
And as boxing fans, it's just fantastic to see.
Fans, it's awesome.
And I can't look...
And hopefully it goes well and we see more of them. More events like that.
And then we've got a lot of discussions to do after Christmas because we'll have all them fights to discuss.
Not that we're biased, that we can get a lot of content out of it.
In a way to discuss.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be great. Can't wait for it.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. And it's only, what are we now, 3 days away?
3 days away.
Fantastic.
The excitement's kicking in. Watch the promo as well, because that's quite good on YouTube, where they're all dressed as zombies. It's quite entertaining. They're not, they're spending some money on
promoting
this fight.
Event.
Yeah, it's really good to see. Big up there.
I think I watched the wrong face-off, though, because I watched Wilder and Parker, and as much as it was really nice seeing them be nice, so boring. I need to watch the Wallen and Joshua one. I think it's a bit more entertaining.
The weigh-in is going to be an interesting one.
Yeah.
Because obviously, the day before, let's see what happens at the weigh-in.
Are they going to have them all together?
I think so.
Some turnout for weigh-ins, isn't it?
Unreal.
Can't wait.
Can't wait. Going to be great.
Cool. All right. Thank you very much for watching. Give us what you think of our predictions.
Everyone have a great Christmas.
Yeah.
Enjoy it. We'll be back just after Christmas with all our reviews.
Well, enjoy the day of reckoning. Enjoy Christmas. Enjoy Boxing Day.
In a way day, as we're now going to call it.
Day. Well, it's going to be named that if he wins.
Yeah.
And then we'll catch up with some other.
Fantastic.
Well, hopefully reviewing all of these, and then there's some other. Well, there's Better BF and Callum Smith, Usyk and Fury and Co, and a few other fights coming up, which we'll do.
Yeah,
reviews
we've got a big announcement for Conor Benn coming up as well. And I think there's quite a few fights coming up, to be fair. I think Eddie Hearn announcing a few just in between.
Well, I think what's his name's calling out. Who's Conor Benn supposed to fight?
I have heard, and I might be completely wrong, Devin Haney.
That'd be an interesting fight.
But I don't think it's going to be his next fight.
No, I don't. Eubank Jr. is calling out our Kazakhstan friend.
Oh, Eubank Jr.'s
Alam Kanuli.
might as well retire.
I don't think he's going to win that. You know, it might be.
He wouldn't fight Conor Ben, so.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, there'll be more money, and there's 2 belts on the line for Alam Kanuli, but
yeah, that's one for next
later
time.
on. Okay, guys,
Thanks
thank you very
much.
Take care.
Closed doors, I'm a fool for your love.